Hello guys, so welcome to the second part of the tutorial. Today we are going to be doing we are now going to be transcribing the audio we made from the first part of this tutorial to text. We are going to transcribe it. So the first thing we need to do, let's create our file here. We are going to name it transcribe audio. Okay, to do this, today we are going to be using this speech recognition library. This is what it's going to help us extract the text from the audio. So we are going to install it. I already have my virtual environment installed. Okay, we are done. So maybe we can start by defining our method, which I'm going to call it transcribe audio. Okay, now to proceed, we are going to be taking in two parameters. The first one will be the audio path. Let me name it in caps, and the file name, our file output name. What's the name of the file that we need to output? Okay, so this function is going to return a string of the texts from of the speech from the audio. I'm going to call it original text and assign it an empty string. Okay, then we need to today we are also going to use a library called PyDub. PyDub will help us convert, since here we made an audio file which is of file type .mp3. Audio file will help us convert the mp3 to audio type of WAV, which is used by speech, which is compatible with speech recognition. Speech recognition currently, I've tried to use it with mp3, but it usually does not work. It requires an audio type of type WAV, and it also has not only type WAV, it has other audio formats it's compatible with, but the ones that I'm comfortable, the one that I've found it working well with it is the .wav file. So we are going to get the sound. Okay, before we do that, we are going to install the PyDub library. Then we go back to our code. Sorry, import PyDub. Oh. Import. So we are going to take the sound in form of WAV from our mp3. and we are going to pass the audio path. Here we are going to create our WAV, where we are going to store the WAV file. So we need to import OS as from the from the previous video. .join. Again, this method is usually good because it's not operating system specific. We are going to store it in a folder called audios. Then the file we are going to name the file our file name .wav. So here we are going to create the folder. Okay, it's already there, audios there. So our final step would be to the sound we have just created, to export it to the path we have just defined, and we specify. It's good to specify the format, although it can work without, but in case it's good practice to specify. Okay, after that we have created, this is just to convert our mp3 to WAV, and we need to save it because the speech recognizer for this case needs to work with a file. So now we are going to get to the fun part, which is we are going to import the speech recognition library, and for ease of use we are going to call it as R. No, we are going to let's call it as R. So our recognizer, it's sr dot recognizer. So to use this, the audio recognizer, this is how we use it. We are going to use with the with statement. So we are going to be passing an audio file. Here you can see there is .audio source. In the future we do a tutorial on this. This is when you need to extract the text from maybe the microphone, but for today we are going to be extracting from an audio file. Not to deviate, so we are going to pass the WAV path and call it maybe as our source. So our audio will be the recognizer dot, we are going to record from the source. We need to, okay, now we need this original text. We're going to, now we are in the part where we are going to now extract the text from the audio, which will be extracted from our recognizer. There's many methods here. We can use the Amazon API, the Bing, but for this case I'm going to use Google. it works best for this case, and we are going to pass our audio that we have extracted from the audio file. See, we need to surround this with a try catch, because sometimes we are hit with the SR.unknown value error. This happens, mostly I've found it happens when the audio is inaudible, or maybe it cannot recognize. It recognizes most part of English, but in case it's not able to recognize, it will get the unknown value error. So here we're just going to sprint inaudible, maybe inaudible. Or maybe could not understand. Oh, I missed that. So we are going to define the paths where we are going to store the transcribed text. Again, we're going to use os.path. We're going to create a folder called transcribe. And we are going to pass a string of the file name. We are going to name the file name we defined, and it's going to be a .txt file. So to save the txt file, we do a with open our transcribed path, the path we defined, and we are going to open it W for write permissions. As transcribed file, we are going to call it TF. So our transcribed file, we are going to now write it. The text we are going to pass is the original text from the video or from the MP3, and maybe we can return. We can return the text. Before I forget, I need to create this folder, the transcribed folder. This is where our transcribed text will be stored in. So to test this out, we are going to use the method we just created. We are going to pass the path of our audio file. We stored it at audios denzel.mp3. The audio with the file name we need is denzel. Maybe we can print this text that we get. So we need to run. We are getting an error here. Oh, sorry, I forgot the dot join. Yeah, so we need to maybe clear this. And let's run again. Okay, now we are going to open our transcribe folder, and we can see we have small minds discuss events, great minds discuss ideas. So let's listen to the audio, we see if it's matching. Okay, so from that, I think we have managed to extract, to transcribe the audio from our speech, which was MP3. We converted it to a WAV file so that it could work with the speech recognition module, and then we extracted the text from the WAV file, and now we have transcribed the speech from the MP3. Okay guys, so thank you. Catch me on the next one.